On tonight, who do you believe? Do you believe Eric Cantor, or is the White House accurate with their numbers? Has the stimulus package done good things for our economy?
Well, of course it has. What do they think they did with that $1.6 trillion? Buried it in somebody's backyard? They spent it. It's created jobs. If not for that, unemployment would be 20% instead of 10%. Isn't that obvious? It's just simple economics.
What do you make of Cantor having a job fair, and yet he's got a host of companies who actually got stimulus money? I mean, either the guy is completely clueless or he's a total fraud. What do you think?
Well, think of all the Republicans who complained about socialized medicine who are on Medicare. In fact, think of every member of the House who actually gets Medicare or medical care from the government because they're all on government plans. How many of the Republicans complained about socialized medicine when they were benefiting from it?
Last night, Laura Ingraham and Bill O'Reilly had an exchange about the economy. And, of course, this is the running narrative now in the conservative circles that no jobs are being created and the stimulus package hasn't worked. Here it is.
We are seeing America slowly but surely dismantled. Our free market system's under attack.
So you're in the Glenn Beck.
Our faith is
you're in the
under
Glenn
attack.
Beck zone.
I think what's happening is that Americans across the board,
right.
Maybe they're not fully in the spin zone or no spin zone, but they're seeing, like, wait a second, what? The fiction is that stimulus was going to create jobs.
What's your response to that, Congressman?
I think it's ridiculous. You know, whatever's bad, they blame the Democrats for that. Whatever's good, they try to take credit for it. I think that if I win the lottery tomorrow, Eric Cantor is going to say it's because he got me a good number.
What is the plan, in your opinion, to create jobs beyond this stimulus package? Now, the stimulus package has stopped the bleeding and created some jobs in certain areas, but we're not seeing the growth. In fact, China's imports to this country up in the last year 44%, 12% in the last month. The outsourcing continues. The trade deficit continues to mount on this country. What's the plan in the long term, in your opinion? What should we be doing?
We're at the bottom of the economic cycle, and we've known since John Maynard Keynes pointed out in the 30s, after the Great Depression started, that it's the fundamental responsibility of government to match national supply with national demand. We have a $14 trillion economy. $14 trillion of goods and services get created in this country, and because of the mismanagement under the Bush administration, we had only $13 trillion of demand last year. We only had $13 trillion of demand this year. So at the bottom of the economic cycle, which is where we're at now, the government has to borrow money to step in and sustain demand. Otherwise, the economy collapses, and you have a second Great Depression. Now, at the other end of the cycle, which is where we were in 2005, 2006, we should have been saving money. That's what Clinton did. We had 4 straight years of surplus. Government surplus under Clinton. We were 7 years away from paying off the entire national debt through proper economic management. Now we're in a much weaker position. We have to borrow, but when the economy gets better, we have to save. And that means government surplus is not government deficits.
From a guy who's been very successful in private business. Congressman, thanks so much for your time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ed.
Some final pages in the playbook.